it brings up life and laughter and love. My house is not a quiet house. And so it makes me think of, comfort. When kids are loud, that's a definite sign of they're comfortable there. And so just comfort, love, life, laughter. My mother used to be a clerk at Temple Hospital, so she saw a lot of tragic cases come through. And so some of the lessons that she taught were a lot of common sense things, and she would speak quite a bit about it. So even if I wasn't with her, I could still hear her voice in the back of my head. And so far, one is sticking out of my mind. She used to say, when you're in college, if you're ever drinking something like juice or chocolate milk or what have you, and you walk away from it, when you come back, you're not thirsty. And I remember being in college, and my professor was late, had my chocolate milk on my desk, and walked away and came back, and I heard this voice in my head, "You're not thirsty." I'm like, "Yes, I am. Nobody touched my chocolate milk." But I threw it away. And so I think that when I think of lessons, I just think life lessons, common sense things that she told me, I definitely remembered. I think with my dad, he used to challenge me. You heard me preach this morning about the math. So I guess to be a critical thinker, my dad pushed me to do that. When we would go to restaurants and they have little games for the kids, he would actually challenge me, all right, let me see what you could do, and he'll do it as well. But just to be a critical thinker, be the best when competing, I think I learned that from him.
While she was still in high school, she had the privilege to go overseas, I believe to Europe with her class. And one would think, being a normal teenager, going away like that for the first time from home, she would be wide-eyed, bushy-tailed. But by the time she came back, she explained to me that she had taken her little bottle of blessed oil and had greased up that whole plane, every seat, asking God to keep this plane in the air because she was in it, and she greased up the plane going and coming. And then I noticed after the movie came out, the war room, she created a war room within her own bathroom, and for everything she would write a little sticker and write a scripture below it. And when she go in there, she would rehearse it and just believe God. And a lot of things have come to fruition, have come through because I believe of her prayer life.
And I've listened to her pray. It's not just saying a prayer. It was a sincerity that was coming from her heart that would reach other people, because the Spirit of God that is in her must leave her and reach out to somebody else that have a need. And when it gets there, they will see the reality of God in what she is doing and want to be like her.
And her lesson to me, spoken and unspoken, is always smile. Your smile is an access for others to be closer to you. Your smile gives people a chance to be near you. When you smile at people, they are encouraged to smile back. They are encouraged to say hi and speak to you and be connected to you. And all it takes is just a smile. She's taught me that over the years.
Knowing Vanessa all of my life and most of hers, I would have to say that the greatest lesson I learned was actually through watching her pursue her life goals. That lesson was this: Neither success nor failure is accidental. Both of them are very intentional, and it takes consistent action to get to either end. She has been very dedicated and consistent in being a student, in pursuing her career as a teacher, sharpening her skills to be an even better teacher. And she is also consistent in word delivery and studying to make sure that she rightfully divides the word of truth. She strives for excellence in everything that she does.
Most of you know, if you don't, Vanessa has been a school teacher for many years. And one of the things that she always shares with me is that, at the end of the year, she teaches 8th grade. One of the things that they do for graduation is they look at the students and they sit down and they try to come up with one positive thing about every student. And even the ones that give her the most trouble, she's able to dig deep and find something positive. And she always says, Tanya, you can find something positive in everybody. And throughout the years, the many years that I've known her, that has been her motto. There's something good in everybody. And that's the thing that she has really taught me down through the years, that you can always find something good in everyone.
The most important thing that I've learned from Lady V is be anxious for nothing and worry for nothing, but in all things by prayer and fasting. And when she does that, and the other thing I learned from her is she is such a woman of grace, meekness, and gentleness. So I would like to take those characteristics and implement that in my own life when it comes to me being a woman of God.
From observation, I learned that through prayer, you can bring tranquility to a place. That's what I've learned from her. Through observation, I've seen how she calms people down, situations that seem to be, exploding. She brings a calmness to it and tranquility to that. And I'm pretty sure that's because the peace of God rules in her heart. And she brings a lot of tranquility to adverse situations.
Her name literally means butterfly, and so butterfly gets better over time. And so I really think about that word butterfly. I think about her coming out of her cocoon. I think about her spreading her wings. And I believe that's where she is at this stage, that God has had her in a holding and maturing pattern. And right now, she's spreading her wings. Lady V and I are the same in a couple of ways. And one, that we were both reared in the same church, so we both had the same fundamental belief system and backgrounds, which I think are very important. The same in that we want God to be first and primary. The same in that we have that same desire and passion for our children. The same in that she has as much passion for ministry as I have. And I think that that is something that I was looking for, even when we were dating, someone that would be a co-laborer with me in ministry.
I would remember when I was learning how to play piano. I would every time I would learn a new song, I'd have her come down to the piano and sing it as I play it. And I still do that today. So I've been doing that for years.
I remember during, I believe it was either my 15th or 14th birthday, my mom asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I told her that I wanted her to cook for me, and she told me to give her a list, and I gave her the list, and this was during the school year, and she's a school teacher, so I wasn't expecting her to make everything on the list, but she made every single food that I put on the list to a T, and she made a lot of it, so I had enough to eat days later or after my birthday. So.
She doesn't know nothing about football, but she comes to all my games.
I hope that I get to come to your book release, I get to sit with you while you sign autographs or do the thing, and I hope that you sell enough copies.
Good luck on your book.
I'm proud of you.